Ahoy, my beautiful friends. A few days ago, I was contacted on Facebook by a lovely girl living on the other side of the world with several questions about Czech Republic. So I've decided to give her a call and talk to her a bit more in detail. She told me that she was presented with the opportunity of moving to Czech Republic, respectively to Šumperk, not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. And she was quite worried because she was afraid, to leave her family back home behind, her job and everything, what she knew, and on top of that she heard about the Czech people that they are racist, and she was a bit lost. I think that she was kind of hoping to hear from me something like, yes, do it, or no, don't do it, but of course that I really could not say something like this to her because everyone is different and she might love it here, but she might very well hate it, and I don't want to be responsible for something like this. So what I did was I tried to give her as much detailed information as I could about prices, jobs, rent, challenges that she might encounter. But after I finished this discussion with her, I have to admit that I thought about our conversation for another 2 or 3 days, and this conversation with her is what kind of inspired me to do this video today, because the more I think about it, the more I realize that there is really no magic solution to successfully moving abroad, or no secret recipe in being an expat, and you will never be able to know before taking this step if this was a good decision or a bad one. So yeah, today I want to talk to you about what moving abroad actually means and what it implies, and some of the challenges that you might encounter along the way, and this especially if you are doing it for the very first time. So I've left Romania and I moved to abroad in Germany for the first time when I was 19 years old. So I think that I've gathered a bit of experience by now in order to be able to speak about this topic. I actually went to Germany for a 3-month practice, and I've loved it so much that I've just decided to stay. I think that I was just, very young back then, and I at that point I think that I just did not realize, the actual magnitude of my decision. I mean, to leave everything behind and start building a new life far away from everything you are used to, far from your family, far from your friends, is really a powerful feeling. And on top of that, it takes you out of your comfort zone. And my advice to all of you who decide to do this for the very first time, do it with an open heart and be positive about it. The way you see things from the very beginning, it's going to shape this path that you will walk on. Of course, there will be many challenges that you will encounter, and if you are a negative person, this will have such a huge impact on you that after a few months you will either fail and just go back home, or you might fall into a depression which later might get you sick or something, and I'm certain that nobody wants something like this in their life. So that is why I'm saying be positive about it. Now let's talk about the challenges. One of the first ones is going to be exactly this: you won't have your family and your friends close. I mean, you will maybe Skype with them once in a while, but it won't be the same as when you are home, and this will make you feel kind of lonely, and especially if on top of that you are in a country where you don't speak or you don't understand the language, that will actually make the matter even worse. But again, it's all on you. I suggest you that, especially in the beginning, try to make acquaintances, search for expat groups on Facebook and try to join them, try to socialize and meet new people and try new activities. However, still be careful about it, because especially in the beginning, you will be very vulnerable, and not every person that you will meet will be your friend. I mean, building meaningful relationships takes some time. And also what you need to be aware of is that the sense of loneliness will be even more overwhelming during holidays. But yeah, I mean, you need to grow up, and you need to get over it, because once you've chosen this path, it was, your decision only. I remember I felt very lonely during Christmas, and sometimes I was thinking about calling my mom, but then I've realized that calling her would only make things worse, because she would feel bad afterwards, and maybe she will start crying. So there is really no point in doing that. In the end, as said, this moving abroad was your decision only, so you really don't make or don't need to make other people suffer for your own decisions. Then also be prepared, because slowly you will start losing part of your friends back home. I mean, life goes on back home, and you are not there anymore to meet them on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, and at some point you won't be able to speak that much with them. You will be busy with work or studies or other activities, or maybe they will be busy with the same things, and slowly these relationships are going to break. You will eventually make new friends, but yeah, they will never be like your friends back home. But again, this is something very normal, and it's just part of life, and it's somehow no one's fault, but it's everyone's fault. So then you might experience, a sudden change of climate maybe, or you will feel left out, that you don't belong to the place. In the first few months, you will maybe ask yourself many times, what the hell am I doing here? Like I used to do it. Different culture, different people, different customs. But then again, that is absolutely normal. The more time you will spend there, the more you will get used to it. And for example, if you are moving within Europe, of course it will be much easier. But if you're going somewhere overseas, yeah, it's gonna be quite hard. I know I'm repeating myself again right now, but be positive about it, and you will see that on long term, things will really be okay. What else? So you will be responsible, for your own life, and you will have to manage it the best way you can, because there won't be anyone there to back you up. And when you are young, this might sound like really cool in the very beginning, but believe me, it's not. Like, if you move away from your parents' house, you will think like, cool, nobody to tell me at what hour to come home, nobody to check on me, I can do all the things that I can't do with my parents around. But you will see it's not that easy. I mean, I remember when I first moved to Germany, I was like really unable to cook. I've eaten for the first half a year only junk food mostly. I was only able to do some French fries and boil some eggs. So after half a year, I started having terrible stomach pains. So I called my mom, and with her on the phone guiding me, I tried to make my first soup. I still remember it today. It was a catastrophe. You really could not eat it, so I actually had to throw it into the garbage. Then I had absolutely no idea how to plan or how to deal with my finances. Literally 2 weeks after the salary, I was like broke. I had nothing to eat anymore. I would spend most of my money on clothes or on going out and partying with my friends. Sometimes we would like party from Thursday till Sunday, and I was going to work like very tired, but my body wasn't like noticing this back then. Nowadays, if I'm going out, then I am literally dead the next day. But yeah, as said, all these things are normal, and it doesn't really matter how shitty they look, some of them, at that time. Believe me that later on, when you will remember them, you will laugh about them just as I'm doing it today. Now, if you would ask me if it was worth it, my answer would be definitely yes. I don't regret anything. And you know, although moving abroad has its struggles, it definitely has a fun side to it. You will make new friends, you will discover new things, and it will shape you as an individual and give you an entire different overview on life. But if you choose to stay there or not, this is entirely up to you, and nobody else but you can take that decision. So yeah, this being said, I'm ending today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and you know, let me know in the comment box down below what other things you've experienced as an expat, or feel free to ask me any question you like. See you guys next time. Bye bye.